Good morning, everyone. I think there are a couple of you who have hopped on here already. My name is Sarah Simon. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in Appleton, Wisconsin. And it is a dreary, dreary day here in Appleton, Wisconsin. It started to rain yesterday about 12, and it has continued to rain all night and all day today. Thank you for those of you that are jumping on. I know I'm late this morning. Good morning, Kelly. So the reason I am late is that I am part of, I think I've mentioned it a couple of times, I'm part of a planning team for a women's retreat that happens in February. Well, my role on the team is kind of the tech specialist, I guess. And we had registration start this morning at 7 o'clock. And I just could not be not available for that in case there were any problems. So we've already this morning registered over 450 women for our retreat. And I'm actually up to date on any emails that were sent with problems, and I've got all the changes made and all that kind of stuff. So I've been working since like about 6 o'clock this morning. I got up at 5 and I've been working like crazy on that all morning and trying to get this all ready for you. So thank you for tuning in to me a little bit later. If you're from Wisconsin, it's such a dreary day that there's nothing probably better to do. You can't be out doing yard work or anything like that. So you might as well be watching me, right? So I also am supporting my Xavier Hawks. Our girls volleyball team has made it to the state championship game today, and I'm doing the scorebook for them. And I'm so excited to be able to go there as well. Holy cow, lots of you jumping on here. Maybe the later time is better. Good morning, Mary and Amanda, Diane, Marcia, Mary Linsmeyer and Nancy, and Aunt Mary. And Gloria, good morning to all of you. I have some happy mail to share with you before we get stamping. So I received this thank you card. Oh, I'm zoomed in quite a bit here. Isn't that beautiful? That's with that birch tree. Oh my gosh, just love this. This is from Shanna, one of my customers. And she was sending a thank you for the happy mail that she received. And I know that she made these cards as well for thank you cards after her father passed away for people that had given gifts and things like that. She made a whole bunch of these. Isn't that beautiful? Thank you, Shanna. And then Tammy Litsky, again, want another drawing of hers. Look at how beautiful this card is. She used some of our watercolor shapes to make a background and some trees, and then she used that deer punch. It's just gorgeous. So she made her own background. So this is not DSP. She made that. And then she also sent me a thank you card because she won in my Facebook. I feel bad. I have not sent her a thank you for all of these wonderful cards that I've got. I have to get one in the mail to her. But she sent me this as well. So thank you to all of you who sent me over some happy mail. It is so nice to go to the mailbox and to be able to get some beautiful cards like this instead of always getting bills, right? So thank you so much. I think I'm going to get to prizes and then we're going to get to stamping. So last week we used this stamp set and designer series paper is now available. It was started November 1st. The, what is it called? Florets, fitting florets. And then the paper. The paper is while supplies last, as are those gems that we used and the Christmas Diaz stamp set. Those are while supplies last, but these frames, ooh, and that stamp set with the thank you and the happy birthday, those will be available in the new catalog. And then we also made this fun fold. So those are both the same fun fold. We have this Beyond Grateful with the cottage wreath, a thank you. And we also made our Christmas card that was also a little bit of a fun fold. And I am going to admit to you, ladies, and I apologize, one of the things that I have on my calendar to do tomorrow is to get caught up with my PDFs and get those posted for you, because the last couple of weeks, I've just really, I don't know why, I just have not sat down and gotten that done on the computer. I think because I'm on the computer for so many other things that it's like, okay, I want to stamp and I don't want to have to do that, but I know I have to get the computer work done too. Then for placing a comment, I got to look at my list. I don't remember. Oh, receiving these for placing a comment is Mary Hippis. Aunt Mary, I will be getting these off in the mail to you. You were the lucky winner this week when I did my drawing. And so I will get those off in the mail to you this week. Then for sharing, if you press the little share button and you share this to either your Facebook page or to somebody else in a message, you also get put into a drawing and receiving a packet of these adhesive backed sequins. They're kind of Christmassy colors. There's red and there's green and there's gold and there's white. And then a pack of this silver and I think it's vanilla. I thought for the holidays, this would be nice, even if you don't put it on cards and you want to put it on some little packages. This is going to Melanie Foy. So Melanie, I will get that off in the mail to you. And then for placing an order, so if you use that hostess code, whoops, this way, everything's backwards for me, right there, you get entered into a drawing as well and receiving the stamp set in the moment with such neat sayings and wonderful woman cards is Cindy Winkleman. So Cindy, I will get this off in the mail to you. I think you might be watching on YouTube. So awesome, awesome. Well, I don't have anything as far as the joining special is over. I had a couple people that joined. Julie Schleby joined and Karen Roofing, and they are enjoying a discount right now on their product. And they got a lot of products for $99. But we don't have anything else really. There's some stuff coming up, but I wanted to get to stamping today because I have 3 projects for you. So I'm going to go ahead and switch to the measurements for our first product. We did this diagonal cottage fold, or this joy fold card several weeks ago with a Christmas card. The week 1 of our 12 weeks of Christmas was doing this fold. And so what I did was when I had to do a swap, I'm not going to be here next Saturday. I'm going to be in Indianapolis at this time at a wonderful convention for Stampin' Up, a day-long thing where we get to see the new spring catalog and also get the new celebration catalog. And so I will not be live next Saturday, but I am getting into some swaps there. And so when I did this card, week 1, I was working on my swaps as well, and I ended up using this fold, and I absolutely love this card. So those that are in the swaps that are demonstrators and are going with us next week to Indianapolis, if you're in the swap, you might be seeing this, you might be getting this card, I should say. So I am using the, I think it's called Cottage Rose Designer Series paper. So I started with a piece of cardstock that measured 8.5 by 5.5. I scored it at 4 1/4, and then I cut it from corner to corner in my my trimmer. Now, I didn't do this live with you today because I just did it a few weeks ago. So if you wanted to go back and look at that, I don't know the exact date, but it would be, we're on week 6 and that was week 1. No, we're on week 5. We're on week 6 and that was week 1. So this is the first layer. And then we're going to be bringing in some petal pink. I love gray and pink together. I love yellow and gray together. And I love pink and gray together. So this is petal pink. This is 4 by 5 1/4. And then I had another one that was 4 by 5 1/4, and I cut it on that same diagonal. Okay, so that is going to be for the front. Then I used a couple of pieces from that Cottage Rose Designer Series paper. So this is the petal pink striped one. This measures 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And Kay, I love this fold too. I have used this for a couple of different cards that I've had to do. And then I used this, this is some of this Smoky Slate designer paper. It has like a floral design in it. And this measured 3 7/8 by 5 1/8, and I cut it again on the diagonal. Then our joyful piece, so this is our piece that's actually going to open for us. Okay, so this measures 4 inches by 6 inches. This doesn't seem like 4 inches. No, 3 inches, sorry, by 8 inches, and I scored it at 4. I think that's what it is. I should get my ruler out here and just check real quick. I have the sheet there for you. 3 inches by 8 inches and scored at 4. That is correct. Okay. Wanted to make sure I gave you the right directions. Then I have 2 pieces that are 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. So this has a lot of layers to it. And some of you who watch my upline, Kelly Atchison, she featured my card that I did for week 1 a couple of, I think it wasn't this last week, but the week before. And then this is just 1/8 of an inch smaller than that. So this is 2 5/8 by 3 5/8. And then instead of using, this is going to be for the inside, instead of using white on the outside, I decided to use another pattern of the Designer Series paper. This also is 2 5/8 by 3 5/8. I then took a scrap of Smoky Slate, and this is our Scalloped Contours. This is one of the dies from there, and I went ahead and did that. And then I also took some of the Petal Pink, and this is from the dies that go with this Cottage Rose stamp set. And I went ahead and I die cut this simple little flower that we're just going to put on there. All right, and I have my take your pick tool here that I can remove some of these, but sometimes when I remove that adhesive sheet that I put on the back, it pulls all those things up. So I'm going to wait and see what happens with that. All right, I have an envelope with something to decorate our envelope. And then I have a scrap. Now I'm going to have to trim this down, but this is going to be for our greetings. I don't want it this thick, but it's really hard with red rubber stamps to not be able to see exactly where I'm stamping. So I like to cut this a little bit bigger, and then I'll bring my paper trimmer in here and I'll trim it down if I need to afterwards. All right, let's go ahead and do some stamping. So I'm going to use some of the Smoky Slate. I'm going to bring a pad in here to do this. And we're going to, from that stamp set, we're going to use the Happy Birthday Greeting. And I'm going to stand up because, and I'm really far away again. I have to somehow move my camera a little bit. Okay, so we're going to go ahead. We're going to stamp this Happy Birthday. I want to get this straight. Oh, that looks pretty good. I got it right in the middle. I guess I should have cut it a little bit shorter to begin with because I did a pretty darn good job of getting that in the middle. I'm just going to cut off about 1/16 of an inch from each end of that. I want it just a little bit skinnier than that. So there's 1/16. This can get a little bit dicey when you're doing it. Let's see, it was 1/2. So now it's going to be about 5/8. You just want to kind of get it as straight as you can on there. All right, and then I'll just trim this off where I need it. I just wanted that a little bit tinier, but I was so afraid that if I cut it this size, that there was no way that I was going to be able to get it straight afterwards. So that is why I did that. All right, on the inside piece, good morning, Tammy. I'm just catching up, and Marsha. I'm going to do, you are positively the greatest. That's a great thing to say to somebody on their birthday, right? So I'm going to go ahead and stamp that in gray. And then I'm going to take one of the floral images from that stamp set. And I'm just going to add one of those flowers down in the corner here, just to bring that floral image from the front and the pink from the front into the inside of my card. And we are done with our stamping. So I'm going to put that stuff away so I don't drop something. on top of one of those. I'll put my take your pick tool away for now. And let's go ahead and let's assemble this card. So we're going to start by taking the striped DSP, and that is going to go on a layer of the petal pink. And again, it's just 1/8 of an inch smaller rather than 1/4 of an inch. So it's pretty tiny. Look, it's so hard to put glue on this side, isn't it? That paper's so pretty. I have used a lot of this paper. Let me tell you, I have to say that I think I've gone through, 4 packs of it, whether it be for swap cards, cards in my card buffet, card clubs. It really has been, I just love the paper. I think it's so pretty. This is going to go on the inside of our card. Notice I still have a little bit of that laryngitis going on. This has held on for a really, really long time. And I was not in the stands yesterday cheering for our girls volleyball team because I was sitting at the score table. So I had to be good and I had to be quiet. But I still, someone's like, oh, you just got your sexy voice going on. And I'm like, well, I don't know if I'd call it sexy. I'm calling it annoying is what I'm calling it. I'm ready for it to be over. So we are going to go ahead. And it doesn't help that I haven't really talked much today either. So sometimes when it gets going during the day a little bit, then it gets a little better. All right, we're going to layer this on here. I'm just going to pick this up so I can see it a little bit better. I got to come down a little bit with it. Again, that liquid glue gives me a little bit of wiggle room so that I can get that on there as evenly as possible. And then this will be on our flap. Yeah, I broke this fold out. I can't even remember. I think I found it in an old card that I had saved because I liked the fold. And I had saved it and I pulled it out and it seems to be my go-to. But I did make these swap cards a while ago because I didn't want to wait until the week I was going to Indianapolis to have to try to get swap cards done. Now I'm working on some little pillow gifts for some of my friends that are going to be there so that I can give them a little something. And I've been working on those, worked on those last weekend. And I have a couple of things to finish up yet this weekend. All right, and then this is going to be our front. And what was nice about this swap that I was in is she capped it at 12. So she said, you're not going to have to make more than 12 because she'd like us to make things like this is a lot of layers to have to put together. And it's a lot of layers to put into a swap card. And so she wanted to make sure that we did our best work and that we could do some, put quite a few layers on and embellishments and not feel like it took us forever to do it. So 12 is not bad. I've been in some where you've got to do like 21. That even isn't that bad. When it gets more than 21, it gets to be a lot. So my mom is one that she does not like to have to mass produce things. She does not like assembly line work at all. But when I have a lot of stuff to do, a lot of times she's like, can I help you with that? So I know it's a volunteering. It's just out of the kindness of her heart to help me because it is not her favorite thing to do is assembly line work at all. All right, and then this, I'm putting a little bit more glue on that. It's going to be somewhat centered on here. Looks pretty good. And then that's going to come in there. So isn't that just like, I'm excited to give my swap card because I loved this. So, Mary King, hello from Indianapolis. Yeah, Mary, we are. Are you going to be there? I don't know if you're a demonstrator, Mary, or not. I think you are. I am so excited to come to go to Indianapolis. And we're going on a bus. So it's starting in Green Bay with picking some demonstrators up in Green Bay, and then they're picking us up in Appleton. And then after they pick us up in Appleton, we have a stop in Oshkosh, and then we have a stop in Fond du Lac, and then we're doing a stop at the Mars Cheese Castle, and which is actually, I had never been there until I went on a trip with Christine. Well, I think I was there years and years ago because my sister lives down in Kenosha. But with my family having a cheese factory, going to another cheese factory wasn't really anything that I felt I needed to do. And so we never really stopped. I think when it was like a really, really small place before they made their really nice addition, the big palace, I think we had been there. My dad likes to stop at different cheese factories sometimes. So I think that I had been in there with him. But yeah, we're stopping there. And then we're stopping somewhere for lunch. So it's going to be like an all-day little travel our way to Indianapolis. Okay, so for this greeting, I'm going to take my snips and I'm just going to kind of cut like that on an angle that way. And I'm going to do the same thing over on this side. And I just completely eyeballed that. All right. And that is just going to go over the top of our flower down here at the bottom. Okay. And all I did was put a little bit of glue in the middle. And I'm just going to glue that down there. Keep that in place. Such a pretty card, I think. And I feel bad saying that because I didn't copy it from anybody. You know what I mean? Like sometimes I copy things and I can say, oh, this card is just so beautiful because I copied it from somebody else and it was somebody else's idea. I sometimes have a hard time saying that about something that I've created, but I really do. I really did like how this card turned out. So I'm going to go ahead and take some of our essential, I think it's called essentials twine. And you know what? I think I'm going to make a little bit bigger loop than that. I don't even think I used my bow jig or my bow maker. I think I just tied it. That looks about good. Oh, I twisted that. Something big. Here we go. All right. See, sometimes I like to make them myself because I'm going to start over. I like to make it a certain size and I'm kind of limited on the size. One size is a little bit small on that one size is a little bit big. And with this essentials, this baker's twine comes in, gosh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors, I think. There's like a smoky slate maybe, and a Sahara sand, and a white, and a black, and a vanilla. Oh, I got disconnected. Hang tight. Here I am just talking. Goodness. See if I can get back. I had a hard time connecting this morning, and I know my friend Kathy had a hard time connecting. Okay. Let me see here. Same thing is happening. Oh gosh, ladies, I am so sorry. I have no idea why I am not able to connect. I don't know with the rain, if it's a Wi-Fi issue, it shouldn't be. All right, let's do this. I'm going to completely get out of here. Thank you for your patience.